Hey, hey, this is Tiger. Welcome to the last stream for the year, most probably. Hey, AJ, thank you for moderating the stream again. Sorry for startling you earlier, but I just did a little test, or made a little test, because I'm never sure whether Twitch is actually broadcasting my OBS feed, but it actually worked. So, yeah, well, you convinced me that I should do one more stream in the year, more or less a Christmas celebratory end of year stream, and this is what I'm doing. We will run one service in the Arosa line and use the special wagon that comes with the RhB RhB anniversary expansion. You see, I've been playing steam locomotives again to look into more stuff that we can talk about. Steam locomotives, like cylinders that are on the inside, not on the outside of steam locomotives. So this is something that we will see next year, I guess. Where's the Arosa line? Here it is. And I think there was something... that is a weird feature. If you scroll too hard, you drop out of the menu. So let's scroll to the end, but not beyond it. Christmas, Arosa to Chur. That's what I wanted to do for tonight. Yeah, and with more Steam topics, we can look at the Flying Scotsman. What is more or less the only item in Trains in World 4 that we have not featured yet. So, here we are. This is our special train, sitting in Arosa, driving down. Let's see what we have to do. Maybe some lights. Wouldn't be so bad. Let's turn on that one. Can't go at the moment. Signals are not allowing us to go. Nevertheless, now the signal changed. We are allowed to go. Let's see if it works, because sometimes it is a bit weird. Now it works. Nice. Next to us, another train is running. I'm already a bit late. Another one of those DLCs where you never have enough time to ease into the mission. You have to just start propelling your train. So the signal on the right is for the train on our right side, so not for us. We can just coast into position. The exit lights are red, and the dwarf signals at the bottom are red as well. A drive-by. Okay, as soon as we're starting, there will be a drive-by. Thank you for redeeming this. We can use the time when the passengers are supposed to board. So this is our train. You can see we have a locomotive in both ends. We have this special Christmas trailer here. Still need to turn on the lights and the twinkling. So now, bad thing is it is directly behind the locomotive. So we will have this twinkling sound all the time. What happened to our signal? It switched to we can go. Then we go. Here's your drive-by. We already have to take care that we're not getting too fast on the downhill slope. Picking up speed quickly here in the tunnel as soon as we are in the gradient. And for the use of the brakes, I have read that now it is 35. That you would not use the dynamic brakes alone, so that your train does not get bunched behind the locomotive. Makes sense. So you would always use some of the vacuum brakes and then do the fine tuning with the local brake, or not the local brake, with the dynamic brake, of course. That only stops the locomotive. Local brake obviously only when we're standing still. What I don't know is what is a good setting for the vacuum brakes, so I set it to 25 or 24% and do the rest with the dynamics. So now the grading is easing a bit. So I even have to release the dynamics in between, the vacuum brakes in between, I guess, and then put them back in when we're in the gradient. So running downhill from Chur to from Arosa to Chur is always definitely the more interesting choice. I think the locomotive at the end of our train is not applying any power. We're just towing it with us so that we can use it to take the train back up without having to run around. So what do you think about the twinkling sound? Actually, I can't see twinkling. Can only hear the sound. Maybe this is because I turned on the twinkling first and then... See, now they are twinkling. And in this service you have actually people in this car. And a lot of the other services that have this car just have the car in the train, but no one is. It's very quiet. Well, that's good. And it is not disturbing too much. Now we have to slow down a bit. Actually, I think most of the time we can go to 30%, I mean. Here's the sign where the speed limit starts. So if we are sitting in our... Oh, it's 33 because we are not down. Great service for the passenger service, yes, true. The special car does not render us into a freight service. And now it is 33. 30 announced. And this is where the 30 begins. One of the passing areas outside of the stations. With a proper group exit signal here. There are some services in that come with this expansion where you can get a green light here with 2 open position light signals. What is obviously a dangerous thing, because then you have a green light on both tracks and the trains can crash into each other when getting out of the passing area. Okay, 30% I think is better for the vacuum brakes, because the train is actually heavier. So this is not at all HAs for, it is not annoying at all. This is good. It stopped twinkling again. It's a nice one for a drive-by, isn't it? One thing I have to complain about though is, you might have noticed it. Look at the name and the number of this locomotive. Domat Ems 613. And now look at the end of the train. What locomotive do we have at the end of the train? Domat Ems 613, so we have the identical locomotive on both ends of the trains. That is obviously weirdo. The train hunter, please can I choose the route now? You mean for the stream today? Can you change kilometers to miles and the mile? I'm sorry, I can't do this because we are in Switzerland. And I'm always using the units that we use for the route in question. And can you do the normal HUD with the speedometer and the bottom right? No, I won't do this. No obscenities, Alice, please. Yeah, well. You banned him for using obscenities, so no obscenities. Well. Obviously it's not the obscenities that make the difference, but the attitude. Makes me wonder if there should be a tag saying no backseat gaming. Oh, I don't mind backseat gaming. I don't really mind backseat gaming, but I mind the attitude of dropping into other people's channels nilly-willy and starting to make demands. Makes me wonder if other channels try to comply with his demands. Well, maybe they do. I don't really mind. Now for the first time the Langwies viaduct. drop to 33. On the bridge we will have level ground, no gradient anymore, so obviously we have to remove the vacuum brakes then. Preparing for the stop in Langwies. I wonder if you could have lights like this in real life, or if they would interfere with the signaling. Eek, that's high, right? Crossing from one end to the from the valley to the other. I always think I have to stop in front of the level crossing thingy. I like this DLC. It's an old one. I did not buy the latest add-on yet. And still I like it. Actually, the signal did not change. You have to wait. Sometimes it's a good thing to look at the signal before you start, instead of looking at the landscape. And you remember from the signaling video that we have, this here is the sign that we mustn't pass on our way out. Otherwise we spat. What does the signaler say? We have to wait. You actually remember, that's cool. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Now it twinkles. Bling, 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 bling. Together with the level crossing sign. I use the other camera. And it's still twinkling. Let's see if the twinkling stays. Signal is still red. Probably there will be another train coming from below. Maybe we should investigate. See if there is a train coming. At least, if there is a train coming, it's quite far away still. Ah, there it is. You can see it on the other side of this tunnel here. Then we actually have to still wait quite a bit until this train is here. Cannot move the camera across? Oh no, you can. It's the Berlin, yeah. The green one. No, not the Bern, yeah. The light green one it is. Chur Decentis. Will it have lights? Yes, it has lights. Actually lighting up the tunnel. Yeah, this is the thing with the unidirectional lines, right? We have to sit at the station and wait for the train. Little wonder that they invented the two-track lines. Can I not look into this tunnel? Yes, I can. Scenery work is not so bad here. I always complain that the hills in the background are so barren, but I think it's actually quite challenging to have those roads, these little roads on the hills, on different planes. So I hope this won't happen on every station down the hill. That we have to celebrate a different one of those anniversary locomotive liveries. So, but soon enough, we should meet the train here. And here it is. Now we should get the green. And there it is. getting that much gradient soon. First we have a big gradient. That will level itself out quite soon. Soon as we're at this stop here, and you can totally go by those signs here telling you now we're running into even ground, level ground. Don't need the vacuums anymore, otherwise we will stall the train badly. Then some gradient again, full gradient of 6%. So this is like running down a flight of stairs, right? Full gradient, level ground, full gradient, level ground. And then it's more like a slight gradient for a bit. What is considered high gradient? So here the maximum that you get, and you get it sometimes in a constant rate, is those 6.0, the 6% gradient. What is for regular railways an excessive gradient. Here for those little narrow gauge railways, it is what they can do, I guess. So now we are on level ground again. You can see it in the mini HUD. By the way, the mini HUD is telling us that we have a traction lock all the time. Obviously we don't. But nevertheless, the newfound traction lock indicator is on here for whatever reason all the time. So I guess at some point people who constructed this railway decided that 6.0% is the maximum gradient that you can do, and this is how they built their line here, always going to the maximum where it was necessary. And obviously on the bridges you have level ground. Now we're going into a slighter gradient of only 0.9. So I won't take too much of the vacuum brakes. Just as much. Just enough so that the train does not get bunched behind the locomotive too hard. So after this bend with the power mast here, we're getting now 2.0. So we want to have a bit more of the vacuums. But still, it's only 1/3 of the maximum gradient that you can get. Now we're approaching Peist. Slowing down to 30 for Peist. And then in the station or on the passing areas, you typically have level ground again. So we only need the brakes for stopping the train. This is what the... Ah, we are going via here. Good. So we're not stopping anyway. Then we're going via. Next thing is go via as well. Not stopping in St. Peter-Molinis. So we're level ground and then we're more or less running down like on a slide. That you always have to anticipate with your braking effort. When the train is running over the edge on the slide from level ground, 0 gradient to a 6.6 gradient, just across the ledge. You need to have the brakes ready. Both systems, vacuums and then the dynamics on top of them. I have ignored the whistle board so far. Did you notice, AJ? Because I was doing shots from outside and everything. And they are easily missed, those whistle boards. So St. Peter-Molinis, let's see if the exit signal is green. Probably it is not green, so we will have to slow down. So that we can actually stop in front of the exit signal if it is necessary. Entry signal is at any rate green. Well, you will actually get a warning from the ZSI 90 here that we need to acknowledge, telling us that the exit signal is red here. This is ZS that we have to press, and here the orange lamp, you saw it light up together with this beep noise telling us the exit signal is red. Now that we passed the objective marker, it probably switched. No, it is still red. It did not switch. Can drive up to the marker board. And probably we will have to wait for the next train to pass. What's actually quite cute, I like this. If you have those rendezvous points for the passing with the other trains, that you actually have to wait. Always depends on how long you have to wait. But there it is already coming, the other one. I wanted to read. Did you read what they sometimes have on their stations here? Fürcht nicht die Welt, greift tapfer an. Don't fear the world. Attack bravely. Or something like this. Oh, it's actually another one with those cars here. But only one locomotive. And our signal cleared. Again, starting on the level ground. And then over the edge into a 6.0 gradient. You have to apply the brakes in a way so that the train can like run into a cushion. Oof. So the next go via is in Chur. That means that the next station that we still have, Lüen-Castiel, is neither a stop nor a go via place. Nevertheless, the signal can be red, right? So I need to be careful here. Die Rätische Bahn. Got to slow down to 30 here. For a very short piece of track, actually only for this viaduct here. And again we can accelerate to 33 as soon as the train has passed the sign. Level ground is announced. So we can release the brakes a bit. And at the same time can accelerate to 33. Now 5.5 in the tunnel. So again, be prepared. Here is the edge in the tunnel, more or less. And now it is even increasing to 6.0. Increasing to 35 here for a bit. As soon as we are past the sign with our train, can remove the dynamic brake a bit so that the speed climbs to the 35. Easing to 5.5. Set the sign 90, picked up the green distance signal. Gradient increasing to 6% again, and 30 is announced. For Lüen-Castiel station area. But we have a clear exit signal, so we can stay at the 30 across the station. Again down the hill into the slope. So that was Lüen-Castiel, the last station before we get to Chur. We have one more passing area. The passing area at Untersax. What is the tricky one? For whatever reason you don't have a distance signal there. And you cannot see the exit signal unless you advance almost flush with the stopping board. So I wanted to use the horn for the level crossing at the power station here, but it does not work. See? I press it, but there is no sound. So this is the mountain area or the upper area of a hydrodynamic power station. The locomotive at the end actually has the pantograph up, but I don't think that it is doing anything because I don't think we can remote control her, and we don't have like a second driver like on Sampage grade in the helper units. I think we're just towing it dead. Oops. Camera ended up outside of the tunnel. Is that the tunnel where we get the green distance signal here? Is this the tunnel where we get a 30 limit? Maybe we already missed that. No, that wasn't Untersax yet. That was the next viaduct with a 30 limit. So we only slowed down for this viaduct. Now we can go back to 33. So there must be one more tunnel with a distance signal in it, and after that the passing area at Untersax. Here's my distance. ZSI 90 is picking it up, even though we didn't get the 2 greens but only 1 green. Here's the signal that was announced, the D signal, and now it's 30 for Untersax passing area. Ground is getting level starting here. And now careful. I'm a bit traumatized by this passing area here. Because you cannot see the exit signal. You don't get a distance signal. You can see the stop board for the other side. Stop board for our side is behind the mast. And you still can't see. Here's the stop board coming around the corner, around this electrical installation. And you still can't see the exit signal. It's hidden behind that little hut. No, it is hidden behind our window frame, and now we can see the exit signal. And it is green, we can go. But you see, now we're passing the stopping board. That is a bit of a weird solution here. I think we should just have a distance signal. Level ground past Untersax before we get into a gradient again. Picturesque viaduct at Untersax, and here's the gradient, but it's only 0.8. Increasing to 2.4. Still not so much. Increasing to 60. Don't even have lights on the rear locomotive. Definitely should have turned on the lights before starting. Need some marker at the end of our train. In case you're wondering why I'm always hitting the Zugsicherungsbutton, what is totally not necessary. It is because my left pinky is a CIFA pinky, and so it always hits the CIFA button, or releases the CIFA pedal more like, and it does this on its own. So this is why it is also operating the Zugsicherungsbutton like a CIFA, the CIFA button. So, more or less the last bends before we get to Chur. Mustn't forget to unfold our gradient will lessen to 8 for a bit, but this is only like a short plateau before it increases to 30 again. Yeah, 30 to 60 even. Now I'm unfolding the mirrors. Because you can already see the power plant building. That means we are very close to Chur. And then we are subject to the tramway regulations. Again, the horn is not working, at least I cannot hear it. That is always a nice view. Here's a whistle board, here's reduction to 30 and the announcing of the tramway regulations. For this level crossing here, it's never a bad idea to honk your horn. Down to 30, gradient lessened to 2.3. Now we're already at Kursand. Only a little vacuum brakes to stretch the train or keep it stretched. Here's the power station, you can see all the power lines coming in. Don't think it's the same power station that we passed earlier, but probably one of a similar kind. The special shunting signals here, no, those are tramway signals. Position light for the tram and the green lights for the tram with a specific marker that they are for the tram. Now we have to slow down to 25. Here's the yard area. We're actually going through the yard. Luckily not into the yard. Gradient lessened even more to 0.7. I was about to hit the brakes because the exit signal was red, but it switched to green on passing. It's the switchable shunting X can be released with a green signal. I think it is no need anyway. Chur Stadt, we have to pass it, not to stop. Now we are in an area where we probably do not need the vacuum brakes anymore. Or only very little of them. Just to keep the train stretched. Always cute how the cars go next to the train here. Passing Chur Stadt. Chur Stadt will have a limit to 20. Car is overtaking us. This is Chur Stadt station. You want to call it a station? And soon enough we will be down at our terminal stop in Chur. First a bit tramway. So for some reason the traction lock is now actual. Aren't those Swiss towns proper and tidy? Not only in the game, but also in real world. Some brakes for running down this little slope here that has actually 4.0. And I'm too fast for it. And we have to stop. So the blue anniversary locomotive is standing here. And they actually got off my car. They even opened the door. And then probably the train will go with the next service. Just uphill again with the other locomotive, or the locomotive on the other end. Closed the doors, and that was the run. Actually got my medal because I've never played this service before. Well, thank you very much for joining me on this last stream of the year with the anniversary line. So now it is actually taking us into the yard on its own. You can actually sit with your back to the front. Ghost train is taking us here. Probably. Oh, it is taking us out of the map, I'm quite sure. That is the yard area. Signal is green. So the train will leave the map. Before that happens, and that I do not lose my gold medal, we'll go back to the main menu. Guys, thank you very much for bearing with me during this year. And next week I won't be on because we will be hiding with the dogs so that they don't get spooked and freaked out by the noise of New Year's Eve. And then I will probably return sometime in January. I will let you know by posting it on the channel site. Thank you, AJ, for moderating the stream. Thanks, everyone. Take care. And Happy New Year to everyone as soon as it gets there. Bye-bye.